No, the good news is though that you'll take over the resources of that country, and some small percentage of the population of your country will prosper.
Yeah, I'm talking as a species. I'm not talking about.
Of course, I know.
You know how good it is for the individual society that wins a war. You know.
Right. Well, no one wins in a war. I think that's pretty easy to say.
Right, and you know what? And that could be what that rapper, could be.
That might be what he was saying,
unintentionally or not. Like, maybe intentionally, but maybe not. He maybe as an artist, he wanted Canadians to say, just for a second, look at this through the eyes of the people that were against over there, just for a sec. You know what I mean? Do you understand that while they're angry that we're over there, just consider that for a second, you know.
Or
it's not justifying that they're angry or anything like that. It's just a fact, a statement of fact that our government is so uncomfortable with that they had to blow this thing up, you know.
Yeah.
And this blow up is going to give a chilling effect to the arts, the funding bodies for the arts in the future.
The world that the Afghan people see, like I said earlier, is a totally different world. Previously, within the last year, I forget which news outlet did it, but they went in and they started talking to people in Afghanistan. They started asking them about 9/11.
Yeah, I saw that too.
The percentage of people.
They didn't even know what the Twin Towers were. They couldn't identify it.
Yeah, they had no idea. They didn't know about Al Qaeda.
So
they didn't
imagine
know about
that.
Afghanistan.
Imagine that.
Or I mean, they didn't know about 9/11. It's actually.
Weren't they curious as to why this giant military machine was invading their country?
I think they still knew, though.
Unless they were told something different. Unless they were told something different about what the genesis of this invasion is, you know.
I think it can be understood on a level that's. I mean, if you live through that, there's an understanding that it goes beyond intellect. It involves, it involves an intellectual level, but it's emotional as well.
Yeah.
And, I mean, does the average Afghani person need to understand geopolitics and have read The Grand Chessboard by Brzezinski? No. They live it every day.
They are a geopolitical pawn, if there ever was a pawn.
They have a bigger picture in a certain way than the person who, like me, who lives in Canada and read The Grand Chessboard by Brzezinski. I know shit based, compared to an Afghani villager who lives on the border of Pakistan.
Yeah,
about
totally.
What's going on in Afghanistan.
They must know that that there is a widely held belief that the American military is guarding opium fields over there. Eh? They must be aware of that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it must be apparent to them.
Well, we don't know that over here.
They can see it, and they not only see it, their relatives die at the hands of drones, and cross-border attacks and anything else that the Americans and the Western NATO alliance wants to inflict on Afghanistan/Pakistan, because it really is a war that involves two countries, and no one should forget that Pakistan has nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a horrible way to wrap up, but
yeah, but we can tie it back into our discussion about like the fact that we don't
vote because you don't have decisions based on.
No, we should. We were reporting that the media was not reporting very much on the issue of military buildup in Hormuz. People have to understand we're on the brink of war right now. You know, I don't think any of us want it, but once it started, you can't stop it. Once it's already started, it's hard to stop. So if people don't, kind of wake up, get in the game, and lobby your local politician to not support a war in Iran. You know what I mean? It'll be a Vietnam. You know what I mean? It'll be a Vietnam.
Yeah. Oh, Iran will definitely.
If you think Iraq was a Vietnam, Iran is going to be a worse Vietnam. You think Afghanistan's a bad Vietnam?
Both of those, we haven't been given a completely honest exposure to in mainstream media, both Iraq and Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. If the NATO alliance countries and Israel decide that they want to go to war with Iran, which just because it's been 5 years or 6 years that this has been talked about doesn't mean it's
I know.
not.
People forgot about the
fact,
run up to the last one.
Or real.
Yeah, people forgot already about the fact that the weapons of mass destruction in Iran or Iraq was a total
We
fabrication.
keep getting Iraq and Iran confused.
Yeah, I know. But you know what I mean? Like, people
I hear
in
ya.
2003, that's not very long ago. That's just like not 8 or 9 years ago, right? 9 years ago. In 2003, there was a run up to the Iraq War. And they used the exact same thing.
Once it happened, wasn't that pretty fucking quick?
Saddam's trying to put together weapons of mass destruction. They're doing the same, and now everyone knows that's horseshit. Now they're doing the same thing with Iran, and people are falling for it again. Like, come on now.
It's like a limbo dance. It's like, how
You know,
low
to paraphrase,
can a man
yeah,
go?
yeah, to paraphrase George Bush, fool me once,
Don't fool
fool me, you
again.
won't get fooled again, or whatever.
Or
Whatever he
what's
said.
the real quote is
Fool me once,
shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. And he said, fool me once, shame on.
Shame on-
I can't even fuck it up as good as James. As good as
I can't remember what he did, but he mangled it pretty
James
bad.
Bush.
I can't remember what he said, but he said, like, fool me once, won't get fooled again.
Yeah.
Or no, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, won't get
I
fooled
wish
again.
though. I wish George Bush would call up Stephen Harper and say, people and fish can live in peace together.
Yeah,
Because he said that. Now I think he needs to say that to Stephen Harper.
yeah, totally, man. Well, I think we've pretty much done it, man.
Yeah, are we going to song on the way out, or?
Well, I think so. I think we should hook up another Woody Guthrie. What do you say?
I think that sounds
That'd be appropriate. Yeah, it's Woody's 100th birthday on July 14th. And, of course, we dedicate this show to the memory of Woody Guthrie.
Absolutely.
And we'd like to use this show as a cautionary tale. It is a cautionary tale to a generation that is giving back all of the gains of Woody Guthrie's generation. You know what I mean?
These people died for
Yeah, for stuff that we're totally taking for granted. This total bullshit.
We give respect to our troops that are being misled and brought out to invade another country. But we don't look at striking minors and people who died and only took up violence when violence was brought upon them.
Yeah.
You know, it's horrible.
Well, let's go out with Woody Guthrie, Better World A Comin'. How does that sound?
I think a better world sounds good.
Yeah, let's do that. Here we go with Woody. Oh.
Right now,
After YouTube plays me a friggin' ad.
you're entered
Listen
for a
to
chance to win
What's
a
the
trip to
Olympics?
the
Oh,
Olympic
no.
Games
It's the Olympics.
I hate ads!
to cheer the summer athletes to new heights.
It's about time we
Hey,
had
Mike.
ads on
2016.
Are you gonna? Yeah,
You
no.
experience
It's an ad for the Olympics, though.
Every emotion,
Oh, the Olympics are
every
cool.
4 years.
They're nearly
for
as cool
the
as the
rest
Calgary
of
Stampede.
your life. Visa, supporting
Oh,
athletes and
Visa,
the Olympic
supporter of the
Games for
Olympics.
25
Right,
years.
not your-
People everywhere go with Visa.
Oh man.
I-
Okay, here we
I
go
just-
with Woody. Better World A Comin', Mike. This one could be
Ironically, I was just looking up my Visa card, but anyways.
Later, Mike.
There's a better world that's a comin', tell you why. There's a better world that's a comin', tell you why. We will beat 'em on the land, on the sea, and in the sky. There's a better world that's a comin', tell you why. There's a better world that's a comin', don't you see? There's a better world that's a comin', don't you see? When we'll all be union and we'll all be free, there's a better world that's a comin', don't you see? There's a better world a-comin', and don't you know, no, no. There's a better world that's a-comin', don't you know. I'm a union man in a union war, it's a union world I'm fighting for. There's a better world that's a-comin', don't you know. There's a better world that's a-comin', there's a better world that's a-comin', there's a better world that's a-comin', I'll tell you why, don't you see, and don't you know, no, no. Hey, 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 there's a better world that's a-comin', I'll tell you why, there's a better world that's a-comin', I'll tell you why. There's a better world that's comin', tell you why. Better world that's comin', tell you why. Out of marching, out of battling, you can hear the chains are rattling. There's a better world that's comin', I'll tell you why. Now there's a better world that's comin', and there's a better world that's comin', and there's a better world that's comin', I'll tell you why. There's a better world that's comin', and don't you see. Better world that's a-comin', and tell you see. Better world that's a-comin', and don't you see. Well, there's a better world that's a-comin', I'll tell you why. Better world that's a-comin', I'll tell you why. We'll beat 'em on the land, in the sea, and in the sky. There's a better world that's a-comin', I'll tell you why. Well, there's a better world that's a-comin', don't you see. Better world that's a-comin', don't you see. When we'll all be union and we'll all be free, there's a better world a-comin', don't you see. There's a better world a-comin', don't you see. Better world a-comin', don't you see. When we'll all be union and we'll all be free, there's a better world that's a-comin', don't you see?